Well, it's confusing times for Treasure Valley doctors, nurses, and patients. Intermountain Health plans to sell the Saltzer Treasure Valley healthcare system. And if they can't find a buyer, well, they're just going to have to go out of business by the end of March. And that could impact hundreds of employees and up to 80,000 patients. It's a problem for a state where healthcare and access to a physician, it's already a delicate line to walk. It's also an announcement that caught a lot of people off guard without proving the necessary answers. Here's Andrew Bartline.
10-mile crossings covered in new developments.
It looks like recently built this building here.
But one business may have bet too big.
Not good.
Kim Verbrugge's a Saltzer patient.
Now I have to go find another doctor.
Or at least she is for now, until the end of March. At best, Intermountain Health plans to sell all Treasure Valley Saltzer locations. At worst, all doors will be closed.
They say it's not a financially viable long-term model.
Jesse Klebeck is one of their physicians.
I mean, ideally, I wish there would have either been a mechanism to have a sale in place or at least have some process before putting a date forward and just closing the doors. I don't think it leaves us enough time to ensure patients have an adequate transfer of care.
And that transfer can be complicated because for many, it's tough to even find a Treasure Valley doctor in the first place.
Yes.
For 3 months, Kim called 7 doctors approved by her insurance.
Yeah, we all moved here and
They were all booked,
just,
not taking new patients.
I don't want to have to go doing this all the time.
That is, until she finally found one. And then lost it. Left crossed up.
We've got ongoing issues that need to be dealt with, and so yeah. She said, "Oh, I'll give you a prescription for a year for your meds." I'm like, okay. Hopefully that works. Hopefully I don't need anything else.
If you recall from almost exactly 10 years ago, St. Luke's tried to absorb Saltzer. It was during a moment when Saltzer Health was looking at their long-term viability. They were evaluating different business models for billing their services. Now, in lay terms, healthcare billing is a series of fragmented fees, or it can be. Saltzer saw their future was a more holistic, integrated approach. Well, St. Luke's aligned with that vision as they were already doing it. It's called a value-based billing system. But a federal judge blocked that acquisition. He said it violated antitrust laws. And even though the opinion held a sale to St. Luke's is likely to improve health care in the Treasure Valley, the opinion read, quote, "There are other ways to achieve the same effect that do not run afoul of the antitrust laws and do not run such a risk of increased costs, and of these reasons." And all of these reasons, I should say, the acquisition must be unwound. So basically, a business would be better in their leadership, but it's an argument that really doesn't work for antitrust laws. And St. Luke's, their attorney, made that argument in his closing statement of the lawsuit. That lawyer said, quote, "They haven't worked, and that's why we have a crisis in this country. And what we are trying to do, what St. Luke's and Saltzer are trying to do, is to solve that problem in our own unique way in the Treasure Valley." Well, the sale was blocked. Intermountain ultimately made that purchase show. Fast forward 10 years today, it seems the ends still don't meet. And the problem is now impacting a lot of people.
Okay, so I don't want to, summarize this and make it too simple, but it sounds like, St. Luke's and I would imagine St. Alphonsus, they have too much of the market share to be able to absorb another company. They don't want to have a monopoly.
Yes, so a sale, if they were to sell, has to be from outside of there. It couldn't be St. Luke's or St. Alphonsus, at least those two specifically from what we understand with this lawsuit. So it's not as simple as, oh, St. Luke's will come in and save the day. They got tons of capital. They tried that 10 years ago. It can't happen.
And neither can St. Alphonsus.
I would imagine they can't as well.
Very interesting. Well, there's no concrete answers on a lot of questions out there right now, so our team, including Andrew, will continue to follow this developing story. Thank you so much, Andrew.